Welcome. Thank you for joining me for a practice for strengthening our legs and getting grounded so we can stand well on our own 2 feet. We'll begin in Tadasana, placing your feet just underneath the hip sockets. Push down, let your knees bend like you're just pushing your feet through warm mud to reach solid ground. You might want to press a little right to left, pushing down. Then allows us to lift up, engaging the muscles of the legs and bringing that energy right into the core of your pelvis. At the same time, hug your legs towards midline and feel the awakening that happens in the musculature around those bones. And then very gently pull the length from the earth all the way up to the crown of the head. Stand tall. Let your breath go all the way. And let's together take a deep breath in. Exhale, feel that grounding sensation. Spin the head of the humerus out, and then inhale the arms overhead. As you exhale, bend the knees, keep the heart open, bring the fingers forward and the hips back. I'm going to turn so you can see the alignment, so you keep your spine lifted. And then I'm going to push down to lift up, arms by the side. Let's repeat. Inhale and exhale. So we're warming up the legs with these little demi squats. Pressing back down into the heels to feel the awakening in your glutes. And I'd like you to glance down and be sure that your knees are tracking right over your second and third toe and not beyond. So you want to sit way back so your knees do not jut too far forward. Exhale your way up, squeeze the muscles, inhale your way down. Now we're going to hold the pose. Bring your hands into your heart or onto your thighs, pressing up through the sitting bones, toning the belly, side body long, heart wide open, and then little teeny pulses, either leave the hands down or you can take the arms out by your side. And we're just going to pulsate and pressing through the heels, push, push to feel it awaken your hips, and little breaths. One more deep bend, and then rise up. And bring the hands back down. Shake the legs out a little bit. And we're going to go now to the side. Wake up the sides of our legs, so hands on the rim of the pelvis. Shift your weight into one foot and take the other foot out to the side. Now, we're going to lift from the heel so the knee faces forward. The tendency for the knee is to go out. We're going to keep it forward, hips squared off, and then take your arms out to the side and lift and come back in, and lift and come back in. Breathe out and in. Now we can bring the arms up and down. Then we can add that little demi squat. Lift and squat. Side lift and squat. Now I want you to be aware of keeping your spine upright and avoid leaning to the side. Come straight up. It's not a very big lift with the leg. Feel on the outer edge of the hip. A few more. Lift and lower. Really feel that squeeze into the side of the hip. One more time. Squeeze and back to center. Pardon me. Take your other leg out. Tone the belly. Okay. Take the hands to the hips and feel that lift right into the gluteus medius. Lift and then all the way back underneath you. Lift and under. Lift and under. Take the arms up, and this time we'll squat, lift, and squat. Noticing where you can engage your muscles for a little bit more stability and where you can relax. This is yoga, so we want to move with our breath, nice and easy. Pay attention to how your body's feeling. So you take good care of yourself. And breathe in. One more time. Lift and come back to center. All right, roll the shoulders out a little bit. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. You're going to want to face the short end of your mat. Okay, we're going to step more towards the front of the mat. Tone the belly and arms out in what I call the hors d'oeuvre tray. Your palms are up, elbows forward, thumbs back, so you feel the shoulder blades lifting the heart. At the same time, reaffirm the connection to your core. Let both knees bend a little bit. Shift your weight to one foot. Bring one foot behind you, keeping the heel high. So we're in a lunge, okay? And then sink down and watch this front knee. You want to turn it towards the little toe. And we're just going to come up and down. And you can take the arms up and down. Feel the balance. I got a lot going on here myself today. Down. Really pushing into that back foot for stability. Lift. And then hold down low. Bring the arms overhead and straighten the back leg. Again, check to see that your front knee is directly over your ankle and behind your toes. Feel the balance. Then lift nice and tall. Bring the arms by your side. Take your gaze to the floor in front of you. And we're just going to hop up a little bit. Just keep that rudder behind you. Tone the belly. Arms are back. Shift your weight to the front foot and bring the other leg off the floor. Squeeze all the muscles to the bone from hip to heel. Open the arms overhead or leave them by your side. Find your balance. Maybe kick the leg up a little bit more. Squeezing the back body. Feel the balance of Warrior 3. Go as far as you can keep your spine straight. And then slowly come back up to center. And release down. Feel the action of the standing leg. Now you're going to just rotate that out. Shake it all out. And we'll go to the other side. I'm going to change direction just for the sake of visual. So standing nice and tall. Drawing your arms out so you're getting your shoulder blades on your back. Bend the knees. Shift your weight to the other foot. Step back. Now bend both knees and pull your weight back into the back leg. Okay? Then we're going to lift up and come down. And lift up and come down. With your breath, make sure that your feet are wide enough right to left. If you're on a tightrope, that'll be even more of a balance, and you don't really need that. Now we're going to go low and hold. Belly tone, sinking down. Letting your legs stabilize you. Take the arms out. Stand up. Leave the arms at your side or overhead. Take your gaze to the ground in front of you and pull the back leg off the floor. Balancing here, or you can kick up and come as far forward as you feel comfortable. I'm a little bit more steady on this leg. Draw the crease of your standing hip back. Whoops. Whoops. All of that, even if you go up and down like I'm doing right now, it's still working. You're still stabilizing those muscles of balance. So lift it up, hold and breathe, and then stand. Woo! Okay, shake it out. And there we go. So we're going to take it wide now. Turn the toes out. We want to work all areas of the hips and legs. So a little bit of a turnout, and when you bend your knees, look to see that your kneecaps are facing your toes. Sinking down, notice if your knees are going way over your ankles, and if so, come up, go a little wider. So when we come down, there's more of a straight line in your shin, okay? Tone the belly, sinking into the hips. Okay, take the arms out, maybe a little Yana Mudra, and we're going to just do little pulses. This is the yoga of cleansing what no longer serves us, called Kaliyasana. Kali is the goddess of fire, and she's kind of wrathful. So if there's anything that's not serving you, a thought, a belief, an action, a habit, think of burning it away. So let's burn it out by creating a little fire in our legs and our hips, keeping the belly toned. Now we're going to add a little fiery breath known as lion's breath. So everybody take a deep breath in, nice and low, and then watch me and join me. Inhale, squeeze up. Exhale. And again, in. Stick your tongue out. Nice and low. Hands to your thighs. And then push down to lift up. Bring the toes forward. Walk in heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Okay, then you're going to walk it out and touch the opposite knee. Now as you do this, you want to make sure your belly is toned again. Sometimes it lets go, huh? And you're touching the opposite knee to stimulate the neural pathways from the right hemispheres of the brain. So side to side. Now we're going to go slower and pause. In and pause. When you do this, focus more on the pushing down of the standing leg than the lifting up. Push down, and then you'll go up automatically. Push down, push down. Now we're going to hold this one. Take both arms out to the side. Just rotate your ankle. Other direction. Good. And then set it down. Take it up again. Other side. Pause. Rotate the ankle. And keep those ankles flexible. Other direction. And then step down. Okay, so we've warmed up all the muscles in our legs and hips, our feet and ankles. So we're going to do a little bit more of a lunge, a little more balancing lunge. So I'm going to come to the back of the mat and have your mat in front of you. A little more movement with some walking lunges. Take the arms out to your side. Tone the belly. So always prepare before you move in. Letting the breath go all the way. Take a nice deep breath in. We're going to step forward this time, sink down, and then push back. Okay? Open, push back. I call it the pushy warrior. Open, push away. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So we're learning to really move our center. Come from the core of your being, pull your belly back. Down, pull your belly back. Open, shoo. What are you pushing away? Just like Kaliyasana, you can push away what does not serve you. Shoo. Shoo. One more time. Push. And release the arms down. Roll the shoulders out. And we're going to step forward again, facing the long edge of the mat. Okay. Anchor in. Find your mountain pose. Notice what you've awakened through your lunges, through your squats. We'll do one more squat and a little bit of a twist. So a little more stamina work. Take the arms directly in front of you. Open up the heart. And then bring the hands to the heart. As you come down, bottoms back, either leave your hands at your heart, on your thighs, or if you can, elbows to thighs. If your head is lower than your hips here, then you need to go back to hands. Head above hips, sinking into your squat. I'll show you the modified version first, hands down. Hold it if your elbows are on your knees. One hand comes to the hip. The other comes across, and watch your knees. As you turn your belly, ribs, and chest to the side, twisting, keep your knees level, even in front. Weight in your heels, especially drawing back on the hip you're moving away from, and roll the chest open. Really open across that top shoulder. If, in fact, your elbows make it easily to your thighs, then you're going to take the opposite elbow to the knee and do a little Anjali Mudra. Let's take 3 more breaths, whatever level you're at. Turn the gaze to the ground, hands back on thighs, squeeze the muscles around the knees as you come up. Roll the shoulders out. Breathe. I'm just going to turn around for demonstration's sake. Find your mountain, feel your breath, and then we're going to come down into that squat position. Sometimes it helps with the hands out to get the hips back. And then either hands at the heart, hands at the thighs. For a few of you, elbows on the thighs. Head above the hips. Okay. Modified version, one hand back, the other arm across, turning from the belly, ribs, and chest, and looking to see that your knees are aligned. So if you're turning to the right, keep that left hip really pulled back. Whatever hip you're moving away from, move that hip away from your rib cage. Maybe you're down low and breathing. Building the stamina in your muscles of stabilization. Then turning the gaze to the ground, hands on your thighs, push down to squeeze your way up. And open the arms overhead, slight back bend. Hands to the heart, and release. Shake it out. Good. Now let's release the top of the thighs with one more balancing. You might want to use a wall. You can put one hand on the wall. The important thing is that you're upright, so you don't want to be leaning towards the wall. You want to have it right next to you. Draw the other arm up in front and bend your knee. Then drop back and see if you can grab your ankle. This is not possible. You can use a tie and place a tie around your ankle. Find your balance. If you're using a wall, hold on lightly. If you're not using a wall, bring your arm up. I like to bring the hand to the back of the head. Press the head back, press the knee back, and open the front line of your body in modified dancer's pose. Let's breathe. Feel that opening all through the front side, expanding your heart, releasing all those muscles you've been working. Deep breaths in through your heart, and let that expand out to the rest of your body. One more breath. Take the arm up or back to the wall, and now stand tall on your own 2 feet and feel the difference right to left. Probably feel a lot more energetically on one side than the other. So other side, this time I'm going to face the camera. You might use a wall, right? I could use an imaginary wall also, or you can take that arm overhead. So choose your arm position, shift your weight to the other standing leg, grab an ankle, find your drishti on the floor in front of you. And again, I like to drop the hands so I can push my head back just a little bit to open the front line of the body. And then breathe. Notice where you're stabilizing. Notice where you're opening. One more breath. Deep, deep, deep into the body. Let it expand. And then as you exhale, gracefully release. One more form just to let go of all the work. Step your feet about shoulder width apart, go at an angle here. Soften the knees, take the booty back, forearms on the thighs, but this time instead of work, we're going to lengthen. So bring the sitting bones up, release the neck and shoulders. Stay with this, or if you're comfortable, take the hands to the shins, ankles, or maybe for some of you the floor. And ragdoll it. Some of you like to grab your elbows. Just releasing forward, lengthen the backside. Think of that whole chain of connection from heel to hip and hip to head. Opening, moving your breath into those back ribs. Exhale, letting go. Then releasing the arms, bring the hands back to the thighs, bend the knees, scoop down. This time we're going to roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Once we're up, roll the shoulders out, stand tall. Namaste.